Hey everybody, Liv Barry here, Restore. We are going through our butterfly glute bridge today. Um, we like the butterfly glute bridge because it really isolates those glutes and it works them in the plane of motion.
The muscle fibers go.
The muscle fibers go and the action they actually pull on those hips, which is transverse plane. Okay, all these Instagram pictures of these horrible donkey kicks and you see it's doing nothing. Quite frankly, it just needs to disappear.
Most are using their lower backs.
And most of them using their lower backs.
But we digress.
We digress. That's my grisly story for the day. So with the butterfly glute bridge, like I say, it's going to utilise those tissues on that transverse plane, so it's going to come out on that diagonal, really isolate them hard. It's going to drive, it's going to increase that neural drive tenfold. So to get into that position, we go onto our backs. We're going to make sure that that back is in contact with the floor by keeping a posterior tilt on. So we're just
tucking your tail between your legs.
Tuck that tail between the legs, front of the pelvis up towards the belly button. Whichever cue works best for you, we want this tissue here working. Feet go sole to sole, okay? If you don't have much range or ability for your knees to drop down,
that's another story.
It will come, okay? Just by doing this drill itself, the nervous system is going to start allowing more range of motion in there. But do your best to get those soles of those feet together, and we're going to try and get those heels as close to your glute as possible, okay? It's going to isolate those glutes out completely. So again, pelvic tilt is posterior, pulling it up to the belly button. With the arms, if you need, you can drive those elbows into the floor just to give you a little bit of stability. We're not going to expect a great deal of height to start off with. Over time, it's going to increase. Okay? So, first things, pelvic floor core come on. Really increase that tilt as much as possible. And then we're going to squeeze those glutes, keeping those knees spread, those feet together to lift that pelvis off the floor. Imagine there's a bar down that spine. We're going to keep that up there, really engage those glutes. Try not to arch that back too much like Olivia's doing. We want to keep that posterior tilt on. Liv's struggling to keep that posterior tilt in, so she's going to drop down a little bit. Really use those tissues at the front of the pelvis to pull that through. Hold it for a count of 5, and then she's going to lower back down, keeping that posterior tilt engaged. Relax and reset. So breath in, breath out, posterior tilt, keep that on there, take it up, just using those glutes, holding that up. Now you see she's found her height, she's realising where that pelvis sits. 3, 2, 1, and down. Try not to use the inside of those thighs, everything comes from the glutes, okay? The knee should stay out. And again. And relax back down. Do the reps and sets that are set out in your toolbox. If you can't complete them before you can't control that posterior tilt, then obviously just drop them down, only keep the quality. Slow, steady reps all the way through, quality over quantity. Pelvic tilt, pelvic tilt, pelvic tilt every time, all the way from the start to the finish. That back must stay elongated. It's going to get the most of those glute fibers, and afterwards the whole back glute situation is going to be a completely different sensation for you. We'll see you on the other side. Give it a go. Let us know how you get on.